Let's get right into it. Déjà vu. You're walking into a room you've never been in. Someone says something you've never heard before, and your brain whispers, "This has happened before." Déjà vu. French for already seen. But it doesn't feel like just a memory. It feels like a glitch in the matrix, like you slipped into a recycled scene. Same glance, same words, same everything. You pause, confused. Your surroundings feel haunted by something that hasn't happened. Before we go further, hit subscribe and drop a comment telling me where you're watching from, because this one gets strange. Scientists believe déjà vu is your brain misfiring. Your memory system accidentally flags a brand new moment as a duplicate. A small sync error. A file gets misnamed, so your brain thinks it's recalling something, but there's nothing to recall. It's like your mind hits copy-paste on the wrong folder. Familiarity without context, recognition without reason. One theory is that your brain has two tracks, one for processing familiarity and one for actually recalling specific details. Sometimes those tracks get out of sync. The familiarity system fires first. Your brain says, "I know this," but when the recall system can't back it up, it just fills in the blanks and convinces you it was a memory. It feels supernatural, like a warning from the simulation, or a rip in the timeline, like you are catching a glitch no one else noticed. Some people feel comforted by it, like they're exactly where they're supposed to be. Others get the chills. They describe déjà vu like a message from a parallel life, a ghost echo bleeding into the present. Some researchers have even linked it to minor seizures in the temporal lobe, the part of the brain that handles memory. For a split second, that area might fire off in the wrong way, triggering intense familiarity with no actual memory behind it. The creepiest part? It's impossible to prove or disprove. You can't record it, you can't recreate it, it vanishes as fast as it arrives. And your brain? It's both a glitch and a glitch detector. It never leaves a trace, and it never tells you when it's lying. Number 2, intrusive thoughts. Let's talk about something almost everyone has experienced, but few people admit. You're holding a baby, and suddenly your brain says, "What if I just dropped them?" You're driving. "What if I swerved into traffic?" You see your best friend. "What if I punched them in the face?" You don't want to. You never would. But the thought hits, sharp, random, and unwanted. This is what psychologists call intrusive thoughts. They're completely normal and deeply disturbing. These aren't reflections of who you are. They don't mean you're secretly violent, unstable, or broken. In fact, they're often the opposite. The more you care about being a good person, the more your brain throws these mental curveballs. It's like your mind is stress testing itself. What's the worst possible thought I could have right now? And it delivers. Intrusive thoughts can be violent, sexual, blasphemous, or just plain bizarre. People report imagining harming loved ones, shouting horrible things in quiet places, or doing something that makes zero sense, like throwing their phone out the window in the middle of a meeting. The scarier part? The more you try to suppress them, the louder they get. It's called the white bear problem. Try not to think of a white bear, and suddenly it's all you can picture. The brain is terrible at ignoring itself. Intrusive thoughts are common in anxiety disorders, OCD, and trauma, but even totally healthy brains get them, because your mind is a generator, not a filter. It produces all kinds of content, some of it dark, some of it useless, and some of it just noise. The key is recognizing you didn't choose the thought. You don't have to believe it, you just let it pass, like a weird cloud drifting across an otherwise calm sky. The creepiest part? Your brain can scare you with itself, and most of the time, you'll never tell anyone it happened. Number 3, sleep paralysis. You wake up, but something's wrong. Your eyes are open, you can see the ceiling, maybe the shadowy corner of your room, but you can't move, can't speak, can't scream. Your chest feels heavy, like something's sitting on it, watching, waiting. Welcome to sleep paralysis, one of the brain's most terrifying tricks. During REM sleep, your brain paralyzes your body so you don't act out dreams. It's called atonia, and it's totally normal. But sometimes your brain wakes up before your body does. So you're conscious, aware, but still trapped in that frozen, dreamlike state. That's when the hallucinations start. People report feeling a presence in the room, something sinister, something ancient, figures standing at the foot of the bed, whispers, growls. Some see demons, some see aliens, some feel like they're being dragged out of bed or into something worse. The scariest part? You know it isn't real, but it feels more real than anything. It's not just imagination. Brain scans show that the amygdala, the fear center, fires hard during these episodes. You're not just dreaming fear, you're biologically feeling it. Sleep paralysis has been linked to anxiety, trauma, disrupted sleep, and even sleeping on your back, but it's not fully understood. Every culture has its own explanation. In Japan, it's called kanashibari, bound by metal. In Nigeria, it's believed to be a spiritual attack. In medieval Europe, they blamed it on witches and night demons. Modern science says it's just your REM cycle glitching. But when you're lying there, frozen, heart racing, shadows breathing, science doesn't help much. You're trapped between dream and wake, between logic and fear, between two worlds. And your brain? It holds the key to both, whether you want it to or not. Number 4. The call of the void. You're standing on a balcony, high up. The city hums below, wind against your face. And then, out of nowhere, a thought. What if I jumped? You're not suicidal, you're not depressed, you're not in danger. But there it is, sudden, cold, uninvited. Psychologists call this l'appel du vide, the call of the void. It's not about wanting to die, it's about your brain throwing a curveball straight into your consciousness. A flash of the worst possible decision, right at the moment you feel most in control. Standing at the edge of a cliff, driving on the highway, holding a sharp object near someone you love. The thought hits. What if? Most people shake it off, but some obsess over it. They wonder what it means. Is it a hidden desire? A warning? Actually, it's the opposite. Some researchers believe the call of the void is proof that your brain is checking in on your will to live. It creates the image of death so your mind can push back, so you reaffirm life. It's like an internal emergency drill. Your brain simulates danger just to watch you choose not to jump. But here's the twist. That choice? It's often made before you're even aware of it. Studies suggest the brain starts deciding hundreds of milliseconds before you consciously register a thought. You're not reacting to danger, you're noticing the aftermath of your brain already reacting, and then layering meaning on top of it. That's why it feels so eerie, like the thought came from someone else, someone who lives in your head, but isn't fully you. And that's the truth, it didn't come from nowhere, it came from your own mind, just not the part you control. The call of the void is real, and it doesn't mean you're broken. It means your brain is trying to keep you alive, even if it has a creepy way of doing it. Number 5. Automatic actions. You get in the car, you start driving. You're thinking about your day, a conversation, your to-do list. Then, suddenly, you're at your destination, and you barely remember the drive. No stops, no lights, no turns, just the blank. That's not memory loss, that's your brain on autopilot. It's called automaticity, the ability to perform actions without conscious thought. It's not just driving, it's brushing your teeth, tying your shoes, unlocking your phone, things you've done so often. Your brain has filed them under no longer needs attention. And while that sounds convenient, it can be creepy, because you can do complex things, navigate roads, avoid accidents, without feeling present at all. Your brain is constantly prioritizing. It filters out the familiar to focus on novelty. So when you're doing something routine, it downshifts into low power mode. The scary part? Sometimes you zone out during important moments. You say something you don't remember choosing. You move your body before deciding to. Scientists have studied this with split brain patients, people whose brain hemispheres have been surgically separated. In experiments, one half of the brain sees something and acts, while the other half has no idea why. But it makes up a story anyway. The brain doesn't just act without asking. It acts first, explains later. You might feel like you're in control, like you're steering the wheel. But often, your conscious mind is a passenger, narrating the ride. That doesn't mean you're not responsible. It just means you're more layered than you think. Your brain is built to streamline, conserve energy, and automate. But in doing so, it sometimes leaves you out of the loop. So, next time you catch yourself doing something automatically, stop. Ask, was I really there? Or did my brain just ghostwrite reality for me? If you like this breakdown of brain weirdness, hit that subscribe button and drop a comment below. Tell us which one creeped you out the most. We'll see you in the next one.